It means a great deal to me, to this campaign, to this city, for all of you to be here today. I particularly want to thank my wife, Stacy, and my daughter, my girl, Lee Lynn. I couldn't do this without their support. And I want to thank my parents who are there in the back, Michael and Ethel, wonderful parents who came up here this morning from Heartland, Vermont. Everyone in this room knows that we live and work in a wonderful place. We treasure our neighborhoods, the vibrancy of Church Street, the tranquility of the Intervale, the beauty of the lakefront, and the many cultural opportunities that seem out of proportion with a city of our modest size. We benefit daily from more than 200 years of big dreams and hard work by the Burlingtonians who built our city. The 21st century holds the promise of even greater progress. Our private sector is more dynamic, more engaged in the world's commerce than ever before. Our nonprofit sector is similarly strong and effective. The waterfront, downtown, the Pine Street corridor, and the emerging Old North End are poised to grow and create more jobs and cultural opportunities. Most importantly, our citizens are more diverse, more creative, and better educated than they've ever been. And yet, despite all this mayoral election begins amid a mood of anger and anxiety about our future. Burlington faces serious problems. Several high-profile city projects are stalled or failing. And most troubling, there's widespread, corrosive distrust of the current administration is killing progress on every front. Next March, we'll elect a new mayor. This election is an opportunity for Burlington to make a clean break from the past 6 years, to make a fresh start with an administration that has a renewed energy and a renewed commitment to disciplined, effective governance. The ultimate success of this fresh start, however, will hinge on the city's determination to elect a new mayor who is tough-minded, financially competent, and willing to confront our fiscal challenges. A mayor who has the focus and the experience to move city projects to successful completion. A mayor who is untainted by the controversy and the turmoil of the past 6 years. And a mayor who is intent on rebuilding trust through communication, candor, and decisive leadership. And that is why today I'm announcing my candidacy to be the next mayor of Burlington. I believe I have the personal qualities, the values, and the experience to lead this city through its current troubles. I'm a Vermonter, born and raised here, and committed to this extraordinary place. I'm a father, ready to work to keep Burlington a home where my daughter will thrive and where she will want to make her own home someday. And I'm a Burlington business owner, experienced in making tough decisions, managing risk, and engaging in serious negotiations. I come to this race not as a career politician, but with 15 years of highly relevant experience in both business and nonprofit management. I've been fortunate to have a career path that has been both challenging and rewarding, and more importantly, that has given me precisely the skills that this city needs right now. My first job after college was as a carpenter in Americus, Georgia, working for Habitat for Humanity. I later worked for Habitat once again on a Hurricane Andrew recovery project, and that job started what has now been a 15-year career in housing development. I also worked in New York as a vice president of a nonprofit community development organization. We built award-winning affordable housing, restored historic buildings, and cleaned up a polluted brownfield, putting it to new use. For the past 9 years, I've continued to create housing and commercial developments in Vermont and New Hampshire with my own company, the Heartland Group. In this work, I deal daily with complicated financial issues, engage in tough negotiations, and make difficult decisions that have long-lasting implications. As a result of this work, I understand Burlington's current problems, and I'm deeply frustrated by the mismanagement of recent years. I'm also ready and eager to take on the work ahead and confident that we can overcome the challenges together. It's clear to me that the first order of business for the next mayor will be to take on Burlington's financial challenges. Over the course of this campaign, I will define and communicate the dimensions of this challenge and lay out my approach to overcoming it now, before the problem gets even worse. I believe Burlington voters are eager for such a conversation and are in no mood for further financial games. This directness may be politically risky, but it's the right thing to do for Burlington's future. My approach to restoring trust will be equally direct and equally different from recent practice. I will lead the city according to 3 basic principles. First, I will lead through communication. I will not be silent. When the mayor attends a budget meeting or an unanticipated crisis hits, people expect to hear from their elected leaders. They expect the mayor to say something. I will speak out. People will know where I stand. Second, I will lead through collaboration and building partnerships. This city is filled with people with an enormous amount of energy and creativity. A large part of the mayor's job is to convene, support, and channel such energy. Third, I will lead by restoring a culture of accountability to the mayor's office. On my watch, a city official who speculates with public money without the authorization of the public and regulators will be fired immediately. And they won't be invited back to consult. When I am the mayor, the buck will stop with me, not with my appointees. It's critical that we succeed as a city at putting our fiscal house in order and restoring trust, because without this, little progress will be made by any mayor on other worthy initiatives. Failure to fix our finances, restore our municipal credit rating will threaten the city's ability to keep the sidewalks and parks maintained, to staff the lifeguard towers in North Beach and the circulation desk at the library. There are other critical Burlington priorities, however, and in the days ahead, you will hear much more from me on these topics as well. I'll spell out my plans to keep Burlington affordable for our families and our seniors, to create more jobs in the Pine Street corridor and the downtown, to make sure our children have a well-funded education and the school facilities they deserve, to enhance our parks, our schools, institutions, and civic life through innovative public-private partnerships, and to address our growing traffic and parking pressures. This election will be about selecting the candidate most capable of moving the city forward in these areas. For this election should be about Burlington being its best. The idea of Burlington at its best is a powerful one. It's the idea that lands this city on magazine covers and top 10 lists. It's the idea that will keep our families here and will attract small businesses. It's what provides us the jobs, the tourism, the entertainment events, the economic prosperity we need to thrive. Burlington at its best is a place that has the integrity and the familiarity of a small town, and also the arts, food, and vibrancy of a great city. Burlington at its best is a place where you can live a balanced life with the lake on one side and the Green Mountains on the other, and you can make a decent living. Burlington at its best is a place that welcomes people from around the globe and is a stronger and richer community for their arrival. At its best, Burlington is an exceptional place where virtually anything is possible. Thank you all for being here today. Together, we will make sure that Burlington stays at its best for years to come.